everybody, welcome to Scarpad's Comic Treks. I'm Scarpad, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with comic books. Of course, as you all know, the comic book shops are pretty much all closed. Shipping is not coming from Diamond, so after this week, we're not getting any new comic books out there. So everybody's wondering what's going to be going on and what should they do. It looks like, I understand DC and Marvel. They don't have to reinvent the wheel here. They've dipped their toe into digital. They have services like Marvel Unlimited and DC Universe to distribute, and Comixology to distribute digital comics on. They've already tried, at least in the case of Marvel and DC, to do somewhat digital with kind of half-ass effects. This isn't a national treasure here. We're not trying to reinvent things. I mean, utilize what you have. My plan says this. Comic books embrace digital, but do it across the entire line. This goes for indies and the mainstreams. So for cover price, you get the comic and you get a digital code for the comic. So right now, when things are being hung up for paper copies, you can download digital and you can read your comics now. And when the books become available, you get the book. Now, how can they do this? Well, I mean, there's a lot of places now like TFAW, DBCS, DCBS, Midtown, and among a ton of others where you can order your books. So as you order the books, you pay for the books now, and you get a digital code now, along with your copy of your receipt. And with that digital code, you go up on one of the services and you download your comic book. And the paper copy stays in your pull, and they ship them to you when they become available. That way you're paying for them now, and you're getting a digital copy you can read now if you want. And if not, you can just wait for the book. Now, in the case of people who want to go digital only, then I say the digital only should be half price, half the cover price. So if you're a $5 book, it should be $2.50 for the digital copy. If it's a $4 book, it should be $2 for a digital copy, and so forth. It's ridiculous to have these things cost the same as the paper copy. It just doesn't need to do that. So now you're giving an option for people who want to go digital only, and people who want to read the Dead Tree format copy, but want to get a digital now and keep up on their reading. Now, you say, well, how, that's going to screw up comic book shops are going to get screwed. Well, no. What they could do is create a voucher type thing where with the digital code and with that receipt, you could take that voucher, get a voucher that you bring down to your local comic book shop when they reopen, showing that you paid for this comic, and you get the comic from your comic book shop, and they get reimbursed by the distributor. So they get a credit for that comic because it's already been paid for, or they get a percentage or something. They can work out the details, but they can keep the comic book owner in the loop, so that you can get these comics, but you can get a digital copy now. There's no reason why every book that you buy at cover price can't have a digital copy. None whatsoever. If people want to use it, then they use it. If they don't, they don't. And people who want to go digital only can get digital only and get a half price book because of it. They don't have to reinvent the wheel. Now, obviously, some changes are going to happen to the sites like Marvel Unlimited and DC Universe and Comixology. Comixology is a tough one because my understanding is Amazon takes like 70% of the book or something, but they can work out a deal. Comixology needs the publishers as much as the publishers need Comixology, probably more. Without digital comics, they have nothing to sell. So, I think that this can be done. I mean, but they have to come up with some sort of a solution, and they should have done it long before now. We saw this kind of coming. Plus, as an owner, when I buy things like variant covers, 1 in 10 variant covers, you're spending 10, 25 bucks for these books, and some of these, cardstock covers get bent up the moment you take them out. They get fingerprints all over them. I love, I like reading on my iPad Pro. I really do. I love digital because you can zoom up for these old eyes. I can, the other place that digital falls down is on multi-page spreads because they just don't look as good. But you can zoom in on them, and I can read my digital book in bed. I can read it anywhere. So if I'm buying, as these books get more and more expensive, you're talking fucking $10 for a Robin comic, Robin 80th anniversary that has like 5 stories, 4 of which are mediocre and 1 might be good. Come on. You're saying you can't give a digital copy with that book? I can't buy that, and conversely, that $10 Robin book can't be $5 for the digital copy or $4.99 for the digital copy. Of course it can. But the publisher is going to have to embrace these things. Now, smaller publishers may have an issue with this, but I still think they can do it. I think they can still give a digital copy. I think they can still do half cover price for people who want to do digital only. I just think these things can be done, and it would really help to alleviate the issues we're getting right now with, the publishers, the Diamond, and getting these things printed once things get started back up. These ideas sound good to me. They sound like something that would work. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in the loop I'm not aware of. But what do you think? I mean, do these sound like ideas you can get behind? I know a lot of people, to me, see, I'm not the type of guy that says, if paper disappeared tomorrow, I need to read a comic again. I'll just read my collection. No, because I like these stories. And furthermore, that would put the industry out of business. That would put comic creators out of business. You're penalizing these guys who write these stories, who draw these stories because you can't adapt to a new format. That's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd still read them because I love comics. I love reading the stories. I'd be disappointed the paper would be gone, and I don't think there's any need for that. There's certainly, the two can coexist together as long as, as they complement each other and not distract from each other. And that's where I think they should go. What do you feel? How do you feel about all this? Do you think those ideas are sound? Is that something you can get behind? Do you have any ideas of your own? Put them in the comment box down below. I'd like to hear from everybody and see what they think. So everybody stay safe out there going to get their comics tomorrow for the last new comic book day for a while. I guess next week is the books are available, but they're not shipping them out. So, I got about $200 worth of products sitting in limbo. I've been told I'm going to get some of it on Friday. I don't know about the stuff coming out of DBCS. I think they're going to ship me some of it. And then some of it, which has been paid for in full, is just going to, be in limbo and wait. I'd love to get digital codes for those. I'd love to have a digital code I can redeem and read my books while they're, things are up in the air. But who knows what's going to happen. All right, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe. And once again, as we always say on this channel, keep reading, keep on trekking. And thanks for listening to my crazy ideas. We'll catch you guys later.